disclosure. I don't know if now we just started, but good morning, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of the risk in the market and try to stay on a sim as long as needed before you use your real money. This is a serious matter, trading. What we are doing here, we are sharing our signals. We're not collecting any names. We're not collecting emails. We're not collecting money. During this hard time with the traders, we are just sharing the signals with the public. And if you want to follow those signals, remember you are at your own risk and try to follow those signals on a sim. Um, I don't know how long we can keep doing this, but for the last 2 months, we've been going every day except Monday for private members. But we go every day live at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And I will try to stay as long as I can, uh, uh, trying to give a free education, especially for those guys, they auto trade. We trying to teach how and when you need to use your auto trade and when you need to step back and not use your auto trade. Just a second before I get slammed with a lot of messages. So it's a strictly uh, educational, and if you can use it, you're very welcome to it. And if you think this is nothing for you, we wish you the best and happy trading. During those years, we have find out that trader we run we ran many years trading rooms trying to teach how to trade and all this. Some got it, some did not, and so uh, that's why we decided to come out with a system that does not require a lot of optimization, don't need any optimization, and using a signal based only, and not to have the trader be in charge with his trade. Some of the traders emotionally cannot handle that. And plus, you have to have an experience. So we came out with a three different system you're looking at that can help the trader um, identify what's going on in this market. At 9:30 today, the market went up and with the new signals, and we nailed the target. Then it did go down. We nailed the target, and now the market just sitting on the side. And we have a lot to cover today, but really it was a lot of movement from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. The market went up, long and short, and long and short, and then now it's just the water is a bit calm. For the ones that are new, we have a market analyzer here, and this chart here right below this market analyzer. In a way, they are the same system, but on the market analyzer is a very strictly entry price, target, and how many ticks you are away from your entry signal. And then on the pullback re-entry, we give you the numbers, and then you have a new signals plot in here. There is a sound system, but I just hate sound in the trading, because otherwise you're gonna sit in all day long hitting the same music all day long. You get bored with it. So, and then you have the market analyzer on the forex. Is the same story. You have an entry direction, uh, an entry price, target, trading stops. The things is on the chart is a bit different because it's updating the entries and the target constantly, and we will be covering that today. On the market analyzer, we are using one contract. On the auto trade, we are using two contracts most of the time. Doing those sessions from the previous sessions and today and tomorrow, you will see good days and bad days. You will see good trades and bad trades, and up and down constantly. Every single day, there is new things in the market. We do not hide anything here. When the market is sideways, you will see it. When the market is not making money, you will see it. When the market is making money, you will see it. So those are the price action on the two market analyzer and this blue chart here. Then we have the market analyzer. I'm sorry, this market blue color analyzer. Those are the scalpers. We use one scalper, market price, and one market analyzer with limited price. And then what we do, we use every day the same time frame. We use 1 minute and 150 ticks, and whatever the performance, you will see it right in front of you, and you will see some instruments making money, and you will see some instruments will not make money. The scalpers, of course, you can use all kind of different time frame. You're not committed to the 1 minute and 150 ticks. But for the last few years, we've been using 1 minute and 150 ticks, and we like it to stay on the 1 minute and 150 ticks, but does not mean those are the best performance. We have some traders using 288 ticks, 244 ticks. They are using 2 minutes and 3 minutes. But for us, because we started a few years ago, on a 1 minute and 150 ticks, so we're gonna stay on the same principle. We don't want to confuse anyone. We don't want to use a Renko bar one day, ticks chart one day, and whatever is going on. So we are strictly using 1 minute for conservative and 150 ticks for a little bit aggressive trading. This is your 150 ticks. So depends on the market movement. Sometimes you have the 1 minute outperforming the 150 ticks, and sometimes your 150 ticks outperforming the 1 minute. The question is which one to use and which one is. I am a conservative trader, and I prefer to be a conservative on the conservative side, and I care less for the amount of money. What is most important, it is the consistency in the trading. It's not the amount. Again, in any kind of trading, it's not the amount of money. As long as you're not going into the red for today, is irrelevant, and I will be highlighting those information today. It is more important to be consistent than to be chasing the numbers, and this is where most of the traders or the automated trading, they go after the numbers. They don't go after the consistency. And the last is the swing trading here on the NinjaTrader controller. Here we have the swing trading. So we have 3 different systems in that. What you are looking at is the price action, the scalping, and you are looking at the swing trading, and you can see immediately on the swing trading, the Nasdaq has outperformed even the DAX. Doing those lately in 2018, I have been looking at the Nasdaq, which I never did before, and I have looked at the Nasdaq before, but I never took the Nasdaq really seriously. And this is a new signal on the Nasdaq. I apologize. I didn't see the new signal on the NASDAQ. I was busy talking. Today, I will be covering how to look at consistency and not looking at just the numbers. And we had a lot of email yesterday because I was covering about the management with the DAX, and I will be covering also. There is a lot of questions about the DAX, why I like the DAX and why I prefer to do the DAX in the morning. But I didn't have time to control the NASDAQ. The system here on the price action comes with the three different system. It's a full automated ATM and an ATM strategy. I prefer an ATM because I can decide if I want to exit on the target or extend the timing on the target. Okay, on the 1 minute, I see there is no trades on the ES. This is funny. I will look at it why there is no trade on the ES. The ones yesterday we were covering, there is nothing to trade right now on the market analyzer, the chart. There is nothing to trade. So we'll keep our eye on. There is an ES trade. Yeah, there is a new signal on the ES. Let's cover this one here because most of you trade the ES, and then we will. We have a new entry signal on the ES. It was 86, target 85.25. All right. When you are using the fully automated trade, the full automated trade is gonna be right at the target, and here is your target. For me, when I'm using the ATM, I like to extend those targets and look at it visually, but you don't have to do that. You can just leave it at the target. On the market analyzer, okay, we have a new signal on the YM. The entry price is 60.15, target 59.58. A new signal on the YM. It seems like today I'm having a problem with the net. It's taking a lot. You see, if you notice now, I don't want to get out of the target. I'm gonna extend it a little bit. This is the pleasure with the ATM that I can extend it and decide when I need to exit out of that trade. But based on the last signal to the target, this is your target on the market analyzer. If I was you, I will follow the market analyzer because I have a lot of charts in here. We are 13 ticks in that trade, and we have 76 ticks in the NASDAQ and 9 ticks on uh, the YM. I'm trying to get both of charts in here so you can chase the YM and the ES. If we notice here, the ES is struggling with this support line. This is a heavy support line, and followed by a reversal. So this is what I like about the ATM, that the decision is up to me if I wanted to close that trade on a 300, or I'm gonna be taking my chances. And now look, we have a new target on the ES, and just stay on that trade because there is a resistance here. Then there is a pullback re-entry, and then here is your target. So this, if you are on an auto trade, you will have almost the same, because the auto trade on a bar close. Any auto trade on NinjaTrader is on a bar close. So it's a plus minus couple ticks. But if you are using the fully automated trade, you will be entering the price and the target, and it's finished. But when you are using the ATM on the chart, you have a new updates on the targets, you have a new updates on the re-entry, you have a new updates on. So this one here is much more, um, in a way, uh, it's like you are trading yourself. A human trading is unlike the other basic full automated trading. On this full automated trading, once you hit the target, 1 and 1 plus 1 2, and then when there is a +2, you take a trade and then you exit. And if it's the market at chop, you're in trouble. And if this market is running, you will be making tons of money on those. But this one here is a little bit more complex than, not complex for the trader, it's complex equation or a formula, because this one here is actually doing the thinking for you and is taking this trade on your behalf. So this one here is not like any normal auto trade where you just feed it in and start taking those trades. This is calculating the highs, the lows, the high time frame. There is a lot of equations in there, and then is taking those trades, and the trailing stops are based on fibs. The fibs comes in your package for this system here. We have fibs on our web. They cost $35. Those are promotion. We're not making any money out of them. And those are the fibs. The ones cost $35 a month. And every trader has to have his line to the server with those, because you get a lot of updates from the server on those here. That's why it's costing us money for every trader on the server with it. But there is plenty fibs in your package that can do almost the same. We had also we have covered a lot about, for people don't have a lot of money, we do not need to trade CL, Russell, gold, DAX, 6E, silver. We don't need to. We have covered that yesterday, that if you follow one ES, one NASDAQ, one Dow Jones, I don't know if tomorrow the ES is going to make money. I have no clue if the NASDAQ is going to make. If you look at those videos, practically every day, we have an average around 70, 80 ticks on the NASDAQ. Practically every day. I cannot guarantee anything in this business, but I don't know if tomorrow is going to be flat, the NASDAQ, or it's going to make 200 ticks. I have no clue what will happen tomorrow. But as an example, right now, we have a new signal on the YM, -1 tick. We have plus 74 ticks, plus 10 ticks on the ES. So that is giving us enough bread to say, okay, we got it for today. We stop in today, and without the greed and being aggressive in the market, and we say, okay, we're calling it off. Because what you are doing, you are hedging the market. You're not concentrating on one instrument and making a bet on one instrument. So you have three horses in the race, and each one of them has one lot. So if one of them did go south today, the other two, this is a very healthy for the future to hash the market instead using all your lots um, in one instruments. This way, it's gonna uh, limit your losses on the trade. Let me see if I can put the YM on the other side. There is a lot of questions about the DAX, and I will be covering the DAX because yesterday we were talking about management, the DAX, and why I find the DAX. A lot of traders do not use the DAX because they are unaware of the potential on the DAX. But let me show you. Every day, when we start the web, I cover what happened to my 1 minute DAX. On Monday, we had a holiday. I did not even bother to open the computer. On Tuesday, the DAX made 2,000. Yesterday made 2,000. And today made 2,300 plus minus. I don't remember all the numbers, but you can look at, as an example, on Tuesday, the DAX on 288 ticks made 4,000. Let me show you something. The DAX today, the one made 4,000 on Tuesday. If you look on it was, I think it was on Tuesday, made 4,000. And I think it was the 244 ticks. If you see, when I went and talked to you about it, and I told you I'm using the 1 minute, I'm trying to go back to where I'm saying about consistency. I think it was 244 or 288 ticks, or they're both made 4,000 on Tuesday because the market was running good. Yesterday, the DAX did not make it, the 244. And if you notice, went into the chop and actually is going in the circle today. So that's exactly, if you go back to the videos on Tuesday, when I presented the chart on the DAX and it's showing 4,000 on one trade. I said maybe it's more money than the 1 minute, but I personally like the 1 minute because there is a consistency in the 1 minute. And the 3 minutes, they are very consistent. The 1 minute or 3 minutes, because some people thinks the 1 minute is too little for the DAX because the DAX moves a lot. Why the DAX? I like the DAX because what you can make in 1 day on the DAX, it takes you 1 week to make on an ES. One of the secrets in the trading, where a lot of amateur trading, they don't understand that. The more you are exposing yourself to the market, the more chances you're going to be losing money. Despite what system you have, despite what auto trade you have, despite how much experience you have, an experienced guy knows when it's time to jump on the market and when to sit on the side. And it's not unusual for us as an older traders. Sometimes we sit on the side, we don't like what we are looking at, and we just wait till the first door open to jump on the market. When something is come into the high standard entry, then we accept it and then we take that trade only. For amateur trading, thinking that the more he is in the market, the more money he's going to be making, which is not true. they've been misled by those equations, because you have to think that you are sitting on a poker table and it is a matter of time before you lose your money. So if you have a couple hits, you need to run away from that casino. And I'm not saying trading is a casino, but I'm trying to say trading, it comes in with a price that you have to know when to cash in and leave. So I do not jump from one. This is in our experience for the last 8 9 years. That's what the traders we have seen. We have developed a lot of experience, not in the trading as much as we understand how. I was at the beginning. I was jumping left and right when I came in and find out how traders are approaching the market. I was losing my mind. Now I start getting adopted to it, but after all those years. But the same mistake by those traders, underestimating the market and thinking that sitting longer in the market is gonna make more money, which is not true at all. Even if you are auto trading. One of the questions yesterday, somebody sent me this and he freaked me out. We've been for the last 2 months talking about when the market getting stuck in a channel. What I mean by getting stuck in the channel, that's mean it's getting stuck between the support and resistance. Basically, this is a channel here right now, the ES, the automated trading, taking that trade. And if you notice, he hit the target, right? One tick shy away from the target. And now the ES is sitting, getting stuck between those two lines, which they call a channel. So I don't know who was it. I get a lot of emails, and he said, "Sam, when you're saying it's getting stuck in the channel, does that mean your YouTube channel, or what you mean by your channel?" And he freaked me out because, I mean, why the market has to be stuck in my channel? So the channel. What I'm saying, a channel means when it is stuck between support and resistance. As you see right now, this ES is stuck between the support and the resistance. This is something where a trader has to make a decision, either cash in on the 350 or stay in that trade and try to aim the $1,000. It's exactly like you are sitting in a blackjack table. And don't ask me what do I think. I know, I can see, I'm going to hold on. For me, my problem with the trading is not greed. No, my problem with my trading, I have a negative on my attitude, like anybody else, whether it's greed or something. My attitude with the trading, either I'm gonna grab a real uh, uh, ticks out of that trade, or I don't want it. But I'm not gonna be selling out on 200. I will not settle down. I prefer to let this market go back and knock me out, because I don't know when I'm gonna get back into this trade again. So for me, if I'm trading and I am on a trade, I'm not gonna sell out a good trade on $200. I prefer to walk away with plus one take and cash in on a plus one take to just pay for my broker, and not to cash in right there, because many times in my life I have regretted when I cashed in early. So for me, I'll let this trade go, and I'm gonna go back to this market, and I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna be nailing that's something, another doors are open for me, where I can find a lot of doors open for me. But maybe if you are not trained enough to trade with a trend or reversal, I can always find a trade. I can always look at reversals. I can always look at the 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I can always find a trade, a small trade or a big trade. But for a guy is not trained to do that, we don't want you to extend yourself. But then when you see a trade with the $350 like this ES, and now if we notice this ES, whoever asked me yesterday, I don't remember. This is what I mean by saying when it gets caught in the channel, not my YouTube channel, when it gets caught in the channel between the support and the resistance. And I know this market is going to go back and forth like a yo-yo, trying to find, like a pinball ball, trying to find a breakout somewhere. For me, technically, I can see there is another double resistance and a mid band coming right in conjunction with this resistance line. Immediately, I can spot it. That trade is not over. Immediately. But for the guy have no trained eye to see that, if you see this $350 and you're happy with it, close it, but do not go back to the trade. Do not go back to the trade. So this is what I meant by there is a lot of a question yesterday because I was covering on the DAX why I like the DAX. If you wanted to see the 3 minutes, this is the 3 minutes is almost the same amount, 2,300, and this one 2,300. If we wanted for the ticks trader, you can go use as many ticks as you want on it. Every trader has their magic. This one here is 1,000. So this is a proof to you that consistency is coming between 1 minute and 3 minutes, not even a 5 minutes. If you want to trade the DAX 1 minute or 3 minutes, those are like the most personally, but you can do whatever you want. If this market is moving, yes, on the 288 ticks, you're going to be making double the amount, but we don't care about double the amount. We wanted to have consistency. A lot of questions yesterday asking me about what I have said about the DAX, why I like the DAX, why I prefer for a guy don't have this patient to look at the market if there is today chop market or not. This is a very good advantage to trade the DAX. First of all, the DAX, you have to trade it early in the morning. Deutschland time, in Frankfurt. So when the German open in your local area, when Germany is open, the stock market, you wait 15 minutes and you turn on your swing trading on the DAX. You can use a limited order or a market order is irrelevant, because it doesn't matter with this one tick slippage on the swing trading. Rules number one on the DAX or on any other market, I do not like to swing trade on Mondays, period. Let me trace it back. A lot of traders on Sunday evening, and I can see that from our server, a lot of traders, I don't see their computers, but I can see they are using our system. On Sunday evening, they start using the system. And this is the worst kind. On Sunday evening, you should not start anything with your trading. Stay with your family. Take a break from your trading. Have your head clean for Monday morning. Do not trade overnight on Sunday. Whether you are auto trading, manual trading, voodoo trading, banana trading, don't do it. You're going to end up in losses. Do not turn on any auto trade on Sunday evening. When the market comes back to NinjaTrader, when your data come back, leave it alone. Stay with your family. Have some quality time with your family and get your head clear and ready for Monday. Don't overwork yourself with your head. Second things you need to know is you should not be swing trading on Monday. Some Mondays, they're going to be extremely good days. I'm not going to argue with that. But you should not be swing trading if you don't know what you're doing. You need to stick with the scalping on Mondays for a lot of reasons. Let me just make sure what's going on in here on the ES. Okay, you can see why the ES because it was a mid-band, double resistant, and now we start getting paid for our patient, and now we're not walking away with the 300 or 350. If anything less than 500, I do not actually call it a trade, honestly. If you want to get down to it and you want to get down into the battle with it and get your hands dirty and move, I mean, if it's anything less than 500, it's wasting time, because you don't know when the next trade is good. So if we can make one trade make 500, then we are done for today. So I need to cover about the DAX, because I have a lot of, when we said about the management with the DAX, why the DAX, not the ES. So on the DAX, first of all, on Monday, I will not use the swing trading on Monday. You can try it on a sim on Monday. And if you on the sim and a live trade on the market order, it will be plus minus one tick, period, done. So between a live trade and a sim, because this one is a market order, stand getting 23, 27, 53 is going to be probably 23, 27, without the 53. So there is going to be a couple ticks slippage, maybe or maybe not, especially on Mondays, you're not going to get that much. So on Monday, try it on a sim if you like it, but I do not recommend to swing trade any kind of market on Mondays. Not unless if you know what you're doing. We can use the scalper, or we can use the price action on Monday and chase the NASDAQ. Whether you have $10,000 in your account, or you have $1 million in your account, or you have $3,000 in your account, it's irrelevant. Monday, you have to approach this market carefully, and maybe I will take one NASDAQ, one ES, or one YM when the market is open. Or if I want to, I can scalp the market on Monday, but I will try to stay away from swing trading. On Tuesday, when the Börsen open in Deutschland at your own local time, you can start your DAX 15 minutes after Frankfurt open. Two things you can do on the DAX without getting in trouble. Try to have 2,000 a week limitation, not the daily limitation, weekly limitation. In another word, on Tuesday, I come in, I have one losing trade and a good trade on Tuesday, and nailed 2,327. What you should do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, go on a sim. Try to study the market more. Try to learn the DAX more. You're done. Your job for that week is done. Let me tell you one thing. How many people can earn $2,000 on an ES in 1 week constantly? Not too many. The majority are using normal indicator, have zero prediction of the market, and they are all over the places. 90% of amateur trading, they don't even dream about 1,000 a week on the ES, especially the ES, because it become institutional, a very fast market, and a very tricky market to trade, even when the market is slow. So if you nailed it on Tuesday, 2,000, you're done. Because if you're going to continue on the DAX, you might make 10,000 that week, and you might lose 10,000 this week. If you're asking me if tomorrow the DAX is going to make 2,000, 1,000, or it's going to be in a hole for 1,000, I tell you, I have no clue. So because we don't know what will happen tomorrow, I cannot risk my profit and put them on a poker table one more time. It is a poker table. Especially for a guy who refused to learn the market, do not have time and then you know then you have to accept the outcome of that market's movement. You cannot have it both of way, my friend. You either accept this market the way it is. If this market moving, you're gonna be like a Santa Claus today. And if the market is not moving, you're gonna be like anybody else worldwide did not make money. You have to accept the fact. So if this one on Tuesday made money, you need to start Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to learn more and trying to see which days are good. So maybe you can add one more day a week. Now, if we started on Tuesday and this one here has a limit $1,000 down on $1,000 up. In other words, the auto trade on this one here is 1,000 minimum. The auto trade will stop at $1,000 losses and a $1,000 daily target. However, if this market move into your direction, it's not going to stop at 1,000. It's going to stay on that trade because it's in your favor. So if you are trading this one today and your target is $500 or $1,000, you're still going to get the same amount of money because the market was going to your favor. So let's say you came in on Tuesday and you didn't make it. You are in a hole for 1,000. Okay, it might happen tomorrow. It might happen next Monday. How would I know? Then already now you have 3 days in a trading that week. That means you gotta be careful. Why? If we come in on Tuesday and we lost 1,000 and the auto trader stopped, you can reload it and try one more time. I would not recommend that. Or the second day, the market has to run to cover Tuesday losses. So now we are breaking even. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we need to go ahead and do the 2,000 or the 1,000 and stop. It is very tricky that if we can manage one winning day a week, listen, guys, one winning day a week, that is 8,000 euro or $8,000 a month without doing anything. You will have bad weeks. Last week, I had a bad week. Monday, I didn't. It was last week, yes. Monday, I didn't like the market. Tuesday, I didn't like the market. Wednesday, I made money. Thursday, I lost money. Friday, I made little money. So this is a turbulence sometimes you will have in the market, especially around summers, around Christmas, when the kids are out on a holiday. You need to be on a holiday with the kids. So management is more important than trading, and being greedy on the DAX can make you rich and can make you poor at the same time. So what I'm trying to do, we can simplify it. There is no optimization, forward testing, back testing, but the only thing we need to do is try to manage that one. So if we can nail on Tuesday 2,000, you should not be trading Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, especially Friday. I hate Fridays because Friday, you're going to have a weekend. So Friday, you have to be approaching Fridays really carefully also, because if you have a bad Friday, it's going to put you in a lousy mood the whole weekend. You're not going to enjoy this weekend. So approach Fridays carefully and try to hit your target before the Friday so we can relax on a Friday. And on a Friday, we can be a little bit picky what we want to trade. Maybe I will take one trade on the NASDAQ. If it's going to make it, it's going to make it or break it. I don't care. It's $5 per take. The NASDAQ average every single day between 70 and 200 takes. I will take one trade. I will take it easy. If it makes it, it makes it. It don't make it, still I'm into the plus. This is the only way You can build consistency, not to be all over the places. There is a lot of doors open in the market. You can nail it. You can keep your eye. Whether you are an advanced trader or you are just a normal trader, there is always in the trading, you have to develop your own trading style. Don't copy anybody's trade. Don't copy my trade. Don't copy your neighbor trade. And hell no, do not let anyone use your money. They say, I will trade for you. Don't do that. Don't. It's wasting time. Try to pick up your own fish. Take your time and do the trading. Right now is a bit slow, but let's see what happened based on those signal entries we had. ES from the last signal we nailed. This one here is based on one contract, 1 minute. 29 ticks, 161 ticks on the NASDAQ, YM 13 ticks, 4 ticks from the entry signal, all of them from that entry signal, not all day long. On and on, all the way down to the silver. So right now, a total of 278 ticks based on the last signal, based on one contract. And you can imagine yourself when you are hedging this market for those guys have a bigger amount of money. Those guys, they don't lose. You are the guy who is with the 3,000 and 5,000 lose most of the money because this guy is trading those, all of it. You don't have to. I recommend ES, NASDAQ, and YM. Those are affordable. You can trade them all for less than 3,000 for your broker, and you can try NASDAQ Dow Jones if you're not sure about your ES. And you always, I cannot say you always, but that is much better than to at least you're trying to do something better than nothing. I will be covering the YM and the NASDAQ based on the 1 minute as well, but I just want to keep my eye on this trade on the ES. And it is the same way coming in conjunction with the YM. Look. You hit the target. The auto trade on the YM, mission accomplished. It's finished. Look. But we are a human, so we try to see. So for the auto trade, folks, the fully automated, you're done. Right there. Look, to the target. You're done. But if you want to drag it more, this is based on one contract, and this is based on one contract. Of course, we can drag it a little bit more. Maybe, which we have been getting a lot of luck lately on leaving it a little bit open, and you'll find out sometimes you are into $200-300 more than what the auto trade calculated. So $200-300 on each instrument. Oh boy, that is very good. Well, if you want to give me more, who the hell can I say no to it? Here we go. Go ahead. Keep pushing it down. Yeah, go ahead. Because this is the target on the YM. We understood that. But if we can grab a couple of $100 more, why not? Let's see, because the ES has not hit the target, actually, the new target, because the chart is always recalculating a new target. On the market analyzer, you are already done and hit the target and you went home on the market analyzer. On the chart, we still getting a new updates on the new targets and a new pullback re-entry. So this is really, I'm waiting on NinjaTrader to get their stuff together because it still is a young platform. I have something on my mind. I'm not going to say it right now. Of course, we are always updating. And I have an idea in my head. I'm waiting just a little stabilization on the NT8 platform. And then we're going to be also, I have one of my colleagues. Um, the trade station, now they lower the prices, and now they're trying to be competitors with NinjaTrader, and they are offering free data. That's what he said. So, and there've been also a lot of trade station people asking me to bring that system to the trade station, and I'm gonna investigate today more, and I'm sure we will have also a great stability on the other platforms as well. You know, so we're not stopping with this one. We're gonna be expanding, and I have always new ideas for that because I know that trader cannot make decision. So if we can recalculate for him and then he can auto trade or ATM, he will be much better off than to just give him an auto trade and tell him have a nice life. An auto trade. I mean, I was impressed because there is a lot of people that are interested in this system, and on that system here, whatever you're gonna get, you're gonna get. If this market moving, you're gonna make money. If this market is not moving, you know what? Welcome to trading. If we look at the 3 minutes chart, on the swing trading, it's already nailed 2000. But I don't know if tomorrow is gonna nail 2000. I have no clue if Nasdaq is gonna move tomorrow and make 2000 on one trade. I have no clue. But I know one thing: when you are trying to use fully automated to trade, the swing trading or scalping, if this market moving, you're not gonna miss. And this is the biggest proof. When the market was not moving, was not making money, you can see that there are small trades. There are small trades have no impact actually on your account. But when the market is flat, the auto trade didn't make money. So is it a poo-ha from here to here? And is it good from here to here? The reason is good here because the market is moving. The reason it's not good here because the market is flat, which is very rare you hear a trader when he's using an auto trade saying the market is flat. He say that auto trade make money, that auto trade didn't make money. Something wrong with the auto trade. In those area here, there is nothing wrong with the auto trade, but the market was flat. And he cannot accept that. He wanted to be making money day and night. And that is not going to happen. Keep looking. So this is the ES came in exactly to our support line at 71.25. Look, you see, the auto trade will exit at this target. So it is your decision to exit that trade, or if you are a little bit stubborn like me, you say, I'm going to pull back the stop loss a little bit or break even plus one tick, and I'm expecting this market to go down. This is something for a trader to make a decision. I cannot make a decision. For me, I'll stay. For a guy happy with the $300, you're not gonna go back to the trade, then go for it. Close it and run. So it depends on each trader's priority. Let me keep covering the swing trading. I'll try to cover only the minutes. I like the 1 minute. The rest are doing extremely well. But if the system working in the minutes is working on any time frame, and we will show all of them. This is your CL. This is your 30-year treasury bond. In another word, guys, if this market moving, the market is moving. This is your ES actually on the swing trading. On that trade, 1,000. You want to look at the NASDAQ? Be my guess. Here. This is 1,400 on the NASDAQ. You see, the NASDAQ is always outperforming the very impressive on the NASDAQ. And if the 1 minute to 3 minutes made it, that's mean all of them made it. So, and when the market is not moving, guys, there is nothing could be done. Welcome to trading. Simple as that. If the market is not generating ticks, where do you want me to give you the ticks from? It's like trying to get a hair out of a bull-headed man. You're not going to be able to get any. So let's keep looking here, see what's going on. That's it. It's going to exit on the YM. If you are stubborn with the ES, you can stay or cash in. The call is yours. If you notice on the scalpers, a couple times last week, the 150 ticks was overriding the 1 minute, and today the 1 minute is overriding the 150 ticks. Again, guys, it is management. It's not the numbers. It is management. Which one is consistent? Which one is not gonna get me in trouble? I know it's always look greener on the other side, but it doesn't matter. Eventually, one time the numbers become irrelevant. Consistency is more important. One thing, if this is an ES trade on a 288 ticks, and this is an ES trade on 244 ticks. Practically the same. One of them made 1,125. One of them make 1,025. Should I jump the second day to the 288 because this one here, the 288, made more money? No. If you're happy with 244, stay with 244. If you are happy with the 1 minute, stay with 1 minute. Management is more important. Should I trade tomorrow ES if you made tons of money today? No. Protect it. Do something. If I made 2,000, should I trade the DAX tomorrow? No. Go wash your car. Do something else. Stay away from that. So let's see what will bring us the ES. Let me see if there's anything left on that. 1,000. There is nothing actually. We are waiting. The YM has exited, and there is nothing on the YM. So we only have the ES left, and right now we are 438 ticks based on the last entry signal. We're gonna stay on those. I'm gonna stay quiet for a while, and then we will go in to get fresh coffee, and we'll be right back. If there's any question, if there's any of our trader, uh, if you have any question, I don't know, David. The question is, what time Eastern time in Germany market open? I don't know where you live, David. Just Google it at your local time. I have no idea which state you are. I know you are a member, David, but I don't remember which state you are. Fernando, I will try my best. Your request to do that. Is any other questions from? If there's any of our members have a question on technical side for the trading, go ahead and ask me, and we will be answering it. Let's see the ES where it's taking us. Guys, we talked about those institutional numbers every day from 11 to 12. Look at the ES. Look at the ES. We told you about those institutional numbers. You always get 1 and 2. And now we are coming to the target 2, and now is 1103. So this is a very nice entry at 71.75. If you'd like to follow that on your sim, you can follow that trade on 287125. Long trade right there, because once it hits the target 2 is a profit taken, and the market is going to go back retesting this number right there. You should be in. To the tick, guys. And if you are on that trade, close it. It's finished. If you are on that trade, close it, please. It's finished. right there, 71.50. I want a clean chart. Give it time. Give it time. You see what it is? It's nothing but noises. Don't let it fool you. There is nothing. It's finished. This trade is finished, guys. It might go one bar down or something, but the trade is finished on this one here. The ES, close it. It's finished. This is nothing but noises now. Let's see. It's over, guys. It's over on the ES. Nothing. Noises. Okay, I'll go get fresh coffee. I'll be right back. For the question on the DAX, most of the broker is somewhere around 6,500 for the margin. But for a guy, is you can do your training on the DAX and you stay on the Nasdaq when the market open on the price action. Don't trade anything except the Nasdaq if you are on a low budget and you have seen day in and a day out Thanks God we are live every day on a YouTube. You can go through all our videos and you can see the performance on the NASDAQ every day without anyone calling the trade for you. The system is calling the trade for you without paying anyone to be in the trading room and charging you arms and a leg. So this is affordable. The Nasdaq is not at the beginning of anybody is trading. It's not the amount of money you have in the account, is how much you know. And if you don't know anything about this market, or you could be you have been trading for 10 years and no success. It's not unusual to see a lot of traders that have been trading for 10 years because they are all over the place, and or maybe they didn't get a system they can comprehend. I don't know. But not every trader is going to be success trader. But those here, they help you enter in and follow the system. You do not have to make a decision. So for me personally, whether you have 10,000, 3,000, or 100,000 is irrelevant. The money do not count, because if you do not have experience, you can lose all your account in 1 month if you have no experience. And if you are experienced trader with a little money, probably you're gonna be somewhere else with your trading in 3-4 weeks from now. So it is depend from one trader to another. I mean, of course, like when we said on that trade here, nothing but noises. I know there's nothing but noises. This is where most of the time they go a little bit above the line, below the line. They know what you are doing. They can see your maximum stop loss is 25 takes. There is a lot of false movement in the market. They know that, I mean, but if you are confirmed or believe on your entry, you stay with that entry, and it's become, if you have a little patience, everything is gonna look. What happened to this ES from where we said is over? The party is over. The party is over. It's finished between 11 and 12. Target 2 had happened. I tell you what is going to happen now is going back to retest target 1. Those every day on your chart between 11 and 12 on Friday, on the first couple hours, you should be hitting those 2 targets. Those 2 targets is for retailers. Actually, the third one you don't have to worry about the third one. But those here, whether you are using a Renko bar, minutes, they are the same numbers. They are not different numbers if you are using minutes. They are not different. But I like to use the Renko bar because I can spot the reversal. When you have a signal, I can spot reversal. You see? And now if we can see there is a buy, the signal, all of them speak in the same language on the same bar. So the short trade is over. The party is over on the short trade. Yesterday, I called the trade before we closed the live web here. There is a couple of traders who stayed on that trade. The last trade we did on the ES, and it is amazing. They sent me a picture. It was amazing what they got out of that trade on the ES. So I don't know. We'll see. Right now we have 812 ticks based from the last entry signal based on one contract. ES 55 ticks, NASDAQ 258 ticks, 99 ticks, YM 30-year Treasury bond 7 ticks, 83 ticks on the CL, 75 ticks on the Russell, 62 ticks on the gold, 142 ticks on the DAX. I mean, we don't have to swallow everything on this one here, but at least we can stomach the NASDAQ, ES, and YM. We can stomach those. When there is a turbulence in the market, we can stomach those. Those are not really hard market to trade. If the ES is very expensive for you, then try NASDAQ YM. Why you need to trade the ES? Leave it alone. It doesn't matter when you go buy a pizza. They don't ask you if you got the money from ES or NASDAQ. Who cares? I don't like this attitude where you say I only trade NASDAQ. A trader should be trader. And how about if in NASDAQ today is not moving? I need to find another trade. I need to find alternative. So I don't like that attitude. I only trade ES or NASDAQ or CL. A few years ago, we all were trading the CL, and 90% of those group we used to trade the CL with, they left the CL. All of them, 90% they left the CL. There is a time on the CL was making killing money, whether you are auto trading or not. For the last couple of 3 years, most of those traders fade out on the CL because of the instability on the CL, and it require a little movement. And actually, I only like the CL when I'm looking at the DAX in the morning. I'm not that much interested in the CL doing the US market anymore, because I find better trend on the CL doing the European market than the US market. There is a lot of turbulence on the CL. If you don't know what you're doing, can bite. But on the NASDAQ, $5 a tick, you can always stomach a bad day, because you have to count bad days. When we're trying to say that to some people on the phone, that you need to calculate good days and bad days, the first things they say, what's wrong with your system? Why you have a bad days? And this is the sad story, because every system, every institutional, every system have a good days and a bad days. And anyone can say the opposite. Good luck with that. Look, the CL, speaking of which, if we notice on that CL, on that trade is 1,820. Fair enough. Here, where is I'm having a problem with the traders, where you gonna get your ticks in this area here? Here, the market moving, the auto trade made you tons of money. What about those area here? So the secret is we need to survive the market until we find a breakout. So we have to be cautious with our money, and we have to be cautious with any kind of auto trade, because the worst enemy to any kind of auto trade is a flat market, like here. Some auto trade that can make you lose your whole account in this area here, if they are based on ATRs, momentums, MACDs, because those ATR, MACDs, they follow the market. And that here, you can generate 3-4 bad trades. And if you are on 2 contract, and some of the auto trade I have seen when we are doing the installation, some of the auto trades are there, they are on a 50 ticks basis. Then on 2 contract, you are in a hole, 200-300 ticks. So I don't think so you can survive till the breakout. Probably you would have stopped that auto trade long time ago. So now the auto trade hit $2,000 on that trade because the market is moving. What about when the market is not moving? How much you can stomach losses? On the NASDAQ, we still on the same trade. The things is what you need to look at an auto trade is the stop loss. If we look at this auto trade on the Nasdaq, we hit 537 long, and we got out of that trade on 33.50. It's not much. Then the auto trade took a short trade at 35. You see that? And then got out at 38.25. It's not much. This is a 3 minutes chart. This is a very serious chart. Then it took a trade on 1675 and get out at 24.25. Yeah, 24.25. Small trade. And then when the market is trending, finally you nail it. Now here is the question. Is anything tradable after this Nasdaq hit or close that trade? No, it's done. The market is over. The spike for today is done. Is anything left on the CL once this trade is closed today? No. The rest of the day is going to drive you crazy. There is nothing left to trade anymore. It could be in the afternoon, they're going to jacket the little bit here and there. But the trend, the spike for today is done. So you cannot be auto trading all day long. The probability, if you're going to stay on that auto trade, despite you made a $2,000 on that trade, if you're going to stay in the afternoon, not protecting your profit, you're going to end up giving all your profit away. How would I know if this afternoon is going to be a good moving market or a sideways market? Nobody knows. You have to keep your eye very close on the market movement. And if you're not trained to do that, you're going to be in trouble. I'm trying to pick where they have not hit the target. Here is your your 30-year Treasury bond, 812. Here is your ES. This ES is overdue. It's 1,200 on that trade. Why? Because it's trending. Why did it make it here? Why the auto trade did not make it in those area here? Chop. Not because of the auto trade. When the market moved, the auto trade made tons of money. When the market is not moving, this is where a very fine line, and this is not my auto trade, folks, because some people say, what's wrong with your auto trade? This is not my auto trade. This is everybody's auto trade problem. You need to survive a chop market. Not just one auto trade, every single auto trade dive into chop market is going to get you in trouble. So you got to keep your eye on that trade and make sure that management in the auto trade, when you see a good spike in the market, you bet that the party is over on that trade. This is the trade we have called right now based on that chart here, the reversal. And now is 11:24. And I told you once we hit this one here, look at this. Now it's going to drive you crazy. It's going to come to, I tell you where this ES going. I'll tell you ahead of time where this ES going. After we hit the target to profit taking, a little noises, as we said. Now the market is going to play between target 2, 1 and 2. Look, target 2 is 75.50. And now, guys, for the guy who called me yesterday, sent me an email asking about what is the channel. This is now, you see the ES got caught in this channel between those two here. Right now on that ES, no matter what you do, you will not be making money anymore. Why? Because that ES is gonna drive you crazy the next half an hour between those two lines. This means getting caught in a channel, and it's gonna drive you crazy, whether you are auto trading, manual trading, any kind of trading. Now the ES is getting stuck between those two lines because right now is 11:25. The party is over. So this is the problem. Traders don't know when the party is over. Very simple. And this is a problem for a guy want to auto trade and do not look at the market. This is a problem for him, because if a guy right now come into open NinjaTrader, if you're asking me right now how much I will invest on the ES, I'll tell you zero, nothing. So despite if you have $1,000 account or $1,000,000 account, it's not tradable in this area here. And this is the hardest part for the traders to understand. There is certain situation, certain bugs, a certain area in any given market is not tradable. You need to wait till we find what they want to do with it. Not you, not I. We need to wait till and see what will happen. Now, if you mark those for the ones who do not have the system, if you mark target 1 and target 2, you will find out this one here is gonna stay until the lunchtime. It might go a little one bar here is noises, but target 2 hit right on time. 11:30 is finished. 11:25 is finished, and now your auto trade become irrelevant. Despite which auto trade you are using, is gonna become irrelevant to this market. Has no sense, and it's not gonna make you money whether you are using our auto trade or not. It's not gonna make you. Actually, it's gonna start losing money. Let me look at the scalper. This is the trade we called for you today, guys. Look, guys, this is your scalper 1 minute. It's eating banana. It's $200 down on that trade. We know why. We know why that trade didn't make it. I know why. Maybe John don't know, maybe Mike don't know, but I know why. And this area right now, between those two lines, is gonna eat up all your profit if you don't know how to stop. It's gonna eat up all your profit. Whether we like it, folks, or not, if you do not look at the chart, you're not gonna make it in this business. You're gonna find million negative things I'm saying. At the end of the day, after 6 months, you're gonna go back and watch those videotapes we're talking about trading. You can dismiss it, you dislike it. That's your opinion. Look, watch the ES. It's finished. That's why that trade we took, and I call that trade like what we did yesterday before we left. And that's why I said I have a different attitude with trading, that if this trade is not going to able at least get $500 on that trade, I will do it a plus one tick. A plus one take means that trade is not costing me any more money. If he's gonna come and knock me out, let him knock me out. And if this market decide to go up, I'm willing to go ahead and stay on that trade. But I will not, again, I will not use a dummy trailing stop. I know the border on that ES. There is two options on this ES. The first option to close that trade at 76.25. This is the first option. The second option, if this market they decided to jack it up, the second target is 81 level. Final destination, open a close position. If this market in the afternoon broke those areas here, this is the final destination for this ES. Closing position and reopen or reversal. I already planned the trade for the whole day, not for the next minute. This trade is not costing me any money anymore. This is the way you need to look at your trade. I'm not going to walk away with $160 because $160 is going to go ahead and ignite you 5 minutes, 10 minutes later on to jump on another trade. And God knows if this next trade is going to make it or not. But I know that trade made it. Okay? I know that. So I have this one in my hand. I'm not going to cash in on something I have it go into my favor and a trace wild goose after 10 minutes. So on that one here, I have three options. I can decide to take that trade, close it right there, close it here, or close it here with a reversal position. Because this one here is a no-no. And this is a confirmation right there showing you this is become a very thick wall with the three major resistance in this area here. So this one here is open, close open position right there. I would like every trader to mark those numbers on your chart. For the ones do not have those fibs, mark the 76.50. This is your first stop on the ES. The second stop on the ES is 81.25. Final position is 8,500. Close and open position. Try it on a sim and see where this one is taking us. If we look at the 1 minute movement, this is a very clean chart. If we look at today's movement on the ES, you can see it loud and clear. We had the reversal, this one from your fib zone. Came into the support line, stayed here for probably a good half an hour, pulled back on the resistance, break down a little bit, look, reconfirming the resistance, break down a little bit, reconfirming, and it fell right there. Now we are climbing again. And the same story again and again. Every time we break one line, it's going to go back, reconfirm, re-entry. Look how accurate it is. Look. You see that? 76.50. You're going to have the same problem at 81 level. Let's look at this chart. Now it's 11:34. And the numbers is still between those two target, gentlemen and ladies. And that is going to drive you crazy. The best way to do it, plus one tick. You either hit the jackpot or you let it rotten in hell, whatever. But at least it's a free ride. It's not costing you anything. Do not get nervous on those trades. You cover your broker $5, $10. And if it's gonna make it, it's gonna make it. If it's not gonna make it, it's not gonna make it. It's over. This way, you're gonna stay out of trouble, and this way is gonna avoid for you to go ahead and jump in the market and take in a new trade. Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq has closed position. The party is over on the Nasdaq. The CL is about to close 2,200. It's about to finish. Where is the ES? This is the ES. Closed. Right now, as we speak, closed position 1250. Not bad. Looking at the chart. Look, gentlemen. Target 2, profit taken. Going back, confirming right at this target. Those are on. They are only on NT7 at the moment. We are waiting until we have a little stable NT8, and then we will bring those to the NT8. Absolutely, but not right now. I don't know, guys, but I think we are done for today. I hope today was useful information about trading. And if you like us, please give us a thumb up. And I want to say thank you very much for all your support and all the nice emails I got from you guys. And I will try to stay as long as I can every day. It's costing me a lot to be sitting every day 2 hours and not doing anything. But we'll try to keep it. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. For the guys that are going to stay behind the screen today, the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, CL, the party is over. So please do not get yourself in trouble. Right now we are at 682, 695, 700 ticks in the profit. Based on 1 minute, it's not going to get any better than that. It's only 12 o'clock. 44 ticks, 45 ticks ES, 180. Actually, we have a lot of non-members been chasing those signals, and they are really amazed with those. They are chasing it here. They don't even have the system. And this is 78 ticks on the YM. All those new signals that were implemented right in front of you guys today. So one more quick look on the, what did we say is going to happen to the ES? Look. Where is it going? It's going to go back to this area, driving you crazy. It's lunchtime. Nothing is going to happen. And expect to go back and forth for the next 15, 20 minutes. And it could be 30 minutes. And sometimes can be extended to 1 hour. So now you got caught between those two numbers. And there is nothing we can do about it. Nothing. God bless you all, and see you tomorrow, the same time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Bye for now.